means we have to repaint nonstop. So I just know that, and now I'm telling you that, and now you know that. But we can experiment, right? So I know that this fixed position header is up here. I'm just going to take this off. I'm hitting H. It's a new shortcut that we have, just to hide things. It's just added, you know, when you need, sometimes you need to hide things. H, it's cool. I take that off, and now you see a difference, right? Also, I like this little kind of elasticy guy. It's like, it's really cool. All right, but this is a big difference, right? But this guy is still there. So let's see, I'm going to try and grab him. What's this guy? Yep, hit H. Cool, okay, yeah, good. Good, good. Now, come back over to timeline, hit Command D, and much smaller green bars, right? Cool. But I'm clearly lacking a top map kind of left sidebar. Optimization. I'm done. So let's go back, see what we can do. So I just talked about this. So what I'm going to do is a hack. And I'm going to use the null transform. Where's the header? Oh, it's up here. Cool. All right, we're back. So I'm going to use that null transform, which is a tricky thing, but I'll get into that. So WebKit transform, that's a little bit shorter than the other one. Okay. And you can't see it, but there is a small gold border around that guy. I'm going to do it down here too. So what this is doing is it's saying to the browser implicitly, hey, browser, let me talk to your GPU. We're gonna have a little conversation. I really need you to take this for me. I know you may not want it, and especially not on mobile, but you're gonna take it for me. And it's gonna work out well for everyone. The GPU's like, okay. So you see this gold border around it now. This means that it exists as a layer on the GPU. Now, when I scroll the page, yeah, we have the header, we have the left, but we do not have any red paints, except for when I do this cool thing, okay? So this is really cool. I'll go back to the timeline, and this is what we had when we hid that stuff. And I'll do a new one, Command E. Yeah, cool, better. All right, so I just made that optimization. That's cool. We should probably actually do it on the site. Good site, by the way. I want to go there. It's great. But this situation is changing. Like, it's in flux. If you do the same thing, actually, if you look at this site on mobile, so I have, well, you kind of changed it around. So if you bring this up on mobile and you do like remote debugging with Chrome on Android, you can turn on these same things. You can turn on the show positive layer borders, and you can show paint routes. And you can scroll and see. And what you'll actually see is that even without applying that null transform, you get this exact same experience. The paints take no extra time, and it's not repainting because we have fixed positioning. Now that's because the implementation of fixed positioning on Chrome on Android is actually quite a bit smarter than the one that's on desktop. So it's important to educate yourself when it comes to using this thing. And my colleague Paul Lewis, he goes by Aerotwist, at Aerotwist, I guess, on Twitter and such. He just published this awesome article about this hack. And basically it says it does have use cases, but the one thing that you have to be very aware of is this. On mobile devices, you have a fixed amount of memory, just like a mobile video memory, just like I was talking about before. When you say that you want to create a new layer, that layer now takes up some of that memory on mobile. And if you do that a lot, you saturate the VRAM, and that can have really bad effects. This is why Apple decided to disable this hack for iOS 6, because people were just throwing this hack everywhere, and it was just like saturating, they were doing it for desktop, but it was saturating the VRAM on mobile devices, and everyone's just like, and the experience was bad. So that's what you need to know about that. It has uses, be careful, it's test on mobile every single time you use that app. Cool.
Why not turn it on for desktop?
Why not turn it on for desktop? You can turn it on for desktop. That's fine for desktop.
Like automatically, like it doesn't.
Oh, yeah, why doesn't Chrome turn it on for desktop? Good call. All right, that's over here, about files. It's brand new. Fixed position elements create stacking contacts. This was added like a month ago or something, and you can try it out. But this would do that same thing. So right now, Chrome is experimenting with turning that on desktop as well. Should be really cool. Ton of stuff on there. Good question. This is me and my mom joggling. This is a joggling board. Who's been to Charleston, South Carolina? It's a great place, great food, great people. They wear brown shoes, always brown shoes. Don't know why. This is a joggling board. It's like a big long plank that has like rocking things on either end. Like it's really long. And this is what you do on it. They have it like outside restaurants, and it's perfect. But like, you know, that you have to wait 10 minutes, sir. Like, no problem. Okay. Not really related at all. I'm going to show some mobile emulation things. Alex, you ready? So this is a demo about multi-touch canvas. And one of the things that was implemented just to show that you can do multi-touch, use multi-touch on HTML5 canvas and make it work. Ron? Yeah, that's good.
Almost up.
Oh, that's awesome. Alex is playing a helicopter game on my Chromebook Pixel. Anyways, the Pixel was here, and I was like, okay, whatever. So just to show it works, so there's touch events on the Chromebook Pixel on the screen, and I can paint, and it's awesome. I'll refresh, and then I'll try and say something cool. Come on. Smiley face. I don't know how it works. Multi-touch. Right. It's a toy, I get excited. This demo is only set up to work with touch start, touch move, touch end. Tim Brannigan, who spoke earlier, helped me, and Mike Chip, some other people made this. It's really cool. Doesn't do shit here. Let's make it do shit. I'm gonna go back, Dr. Right. Oh, I got all these out. I'm gonna turn them off. Bink. Okay, over here in overrides. So this is in settings, overrides. We can go down, and here's emulate touch events. So now, I turn on emulate touch events, and now I get emulate touch events. This makes me happy. It's pretty cool. So there's working on a mobile device. So when you're developing for mobile, like, you're going to need to deal with mobile devices, but the more that you don't have to actually have a device and all devices that you test for on your desk, I think the better. So I'm really excited about having some of these emulation features in here. Another one I think is important is device metric simulation. So here's Google Moves, and I'm going to open up overrides again. And over here, we're going to turn on device metrics. And what this does is it resizes the viewport. And kind of a good way to see this is I'm also going to turn on user agent spoofing at the same time. While this does spoof the user agent on outgoing network requests, it also kind of combines with device metrics so that I can say, hey, I want to emulate the Nexus S, and it sets these device metrics to match that. Or I want to emulate the BlackBerry 10, and it matches that. Let's go back to the test for a moment. And then, you know, if I want to try out portrait versus landscape, I can just hit this button and switch that there. So this is pretty cool. And we're planning on adding device pixel ratio emulation to this as well to really round out the pixel ratio story. But this helps a lot with doing mobile developments while still staying on the desktop. The other things that were in there are geolocation spoofing and orientation state spoofing. If you need to use that, it's good. I should point out that this is now documented on the new Chrome DevTools docs. There's a bunch of stuff in here that we've actually just added in the last month, including mobile emulation, talking about all the things that I just described. And some other good stuff like using the console, which you think you know the console. You do not know the console. There's a lot of good things in here, including all the console is now fully documented inside Chrome, including all the really cool like flags for console log that you don't like know about, like the $S to or like $C to style it. Do you have it done here? Yeah. Oh, because you want, yeah, Abby showed a little bit of this yesterday. You want like styles all over your console. It makes it look good. Yeah, docs, good stuff. Check us out. We're going to be adding more, but we want to make sure that, like, you know how you find those blog posts that are like top things I learned in the Chrome DevTools. Like, we're going to get all that up in here because it's awesome. All right. There's a few more things I think when it comes to mobile development that are really worth showing. Connection testing is really something. Like, we get feature requests. People are like, can I throttle the bandwidth in Chrome DevTools? And I'm like, no. But how about I give you some other options? So this is link conditioner. So if you have a Mac and you have Xcode, and Xcode is free, it's cool. Type bananas. Okay, cool. You can get this guy. This is pretty cool. So it affects the network connectivity for your entire Mac. Saying they have profiles, like you want an edge connection, you want it to be lossy. And all this stuff is kind of manipulable, so in that case, we have a kind of limited downlink and uplink, and it's actually dropping packets on the way. So this is pretty cool. If you don't have a Mac, you can also try out Charles Proxy, which is fantastic. It does a lot of things, but also does bandwidth throttling. And Fiddler on Windows is pretty damn awesome too, and does the same thing. And a lot of other things. They're both great. Multi-device testing. So like I said, well, let me just play a little bit of this. This is the device lab in Helsinki. And I'm going to add a little bit of audio if you do. Yeah. He's just typing in URLs. And then it's coming all up on those. Oh, yeah. I don't know if I'm curious why you chose that music for this. I really liked it. So I think this is cool. This is the Helsinki Device Lab. There's device labs all over the place. Check out like devicelab.net.org. There might be one here. There might be one in Toronto. I don't know. Should we just look at device labs? Labs. OpenDeviceLab.com. It has geolocation. Oh, it already geolocated me. Boom. No? Damn. It's a, you know, well, you guys can start one. All up in Toronto would be awesome. Though I would say, like, I think it's awesome to be able to have all these devices for real. Is really cool. But like, you know, not everyone can have all these devices right next to us, and like the best place is right next to your desk. So I think that there's a lot of value. Who uses BrowserStack or Browser Lean? Pretty awesome. Costs money, but it's pretty awesome. I use BrowserStack a lot, especially for like modern development. It's fantastic. But also Perfecto Mobile, which uses real devices, costs more money. Device Anywhere, which now has a free service, which not many people know about. I'm going to show this real quick. Device Anywhere free. Hey. Hey. Come on. Yeah. Choir. Sweet. So this is actually a real device, really real. And I don't know where it is. But it has like like a little thing for my latency. It says that it's actually not very good right now. Like this is pretty not bad. I'm gonna go over to Google News, load that up, cancel out this guy. You can even like hit Shift and do a swipe gesture. See that? Like this is pretty responsive, and it's happening on a real device. So they have a bunch here in the free version, including the Windows Phone. A bunch of Android phones, so that's pretty cool. They also have the paid service, which has a lot more. Oh yeah. This is, so if you're into the DevTools, or a lot of the DevTools stuff that I showed is kind of like, whoa, what was that? We have an upcoming course, which is pretty awesome. And I'm going to play a little bit of a trailer. This is a portion of a trailer or course that's going to be coming out soon. If you use the DevTools regularly, you might be surprised to find some lesser-known features that can really boost your productivity. We teamed up with the awesome folks at Code School to produce an interactive course exploring the Chrome DevTools. It's split up into 7 chapters and digging into the major DevTools feature areas. In each chapter, we have an overview video teaching you the latest techniques, followed by a series of challenges where your knowledge will be put to the test. Then, as you complete each challenge, you'll earn points, and finishing each chapter, you'll earn a badge. That's pretty cool. That's gonna be awesome. Like, it's really cool. So like, go around the DevTools, and it's like, okay, like, go add a new style for this element. You add it, it's like, ding, you got it. It's awesome. Big points. All the points. All right, rad. Switching gears again. So I want to look at a little bit more of that timeline stuff, and we're going to look at some real code out there. In this case, it's Wikipedia. This came up recently. One of my colleagues, he's on the WebKit team at Chrome. His name is Eric Seidel. He's been working on WebKit since 2005. Crazy. He was loading up Wikipedia, just a normal Wikipedia page on a Nexus 7, and it took like 20 seconds. And like, it was just a text page. And it's like, why? And then looked into it and found some things. So this is what he saw when he ran. So this is a screenshot that I ran. This is just straight up on my desktop. And this, well, since you see a pattern, you might be curious as to what's going on. Usually when different things are happening, it seems pretty okay, but when you see a pattern like this, you might be like, tell me why. So here's the general flow of things when it comes to like how browsers put together a page. You give it HTML, you give it styles. Then we'll go into parsers. We start to construct a DOM tree, and we construct all those CSS rules into like a CSS OM. It's like the DOM of CSS. Those get merged together, and then they create a render tree. A render tree is not the DOM tree. Let's say you have a display none item in your DOM tree. That doesn't exist at all in the render tree. It's just like what's going to like be sent out to the renderer. This is where the layout is done, where the geometry of all the boxes on the page happen. And then that goes out, gets painted, and then we ship it out, right? So here's a few things that matter as far as this discussion. We parse that CSS into the CSS OM. We also match this, I didn't mention the last one, we match selectors to the elements that are in the DOM. This is what that CSS selector profiler that I said you shouldn't use does. Yeah, that's that one. Then we recalculate the styles. This is like, you know how you get computed style and it tells you what the computed style is for that element? Recalc styles is calling essentially that for everything on the page, figuring out what the computed style for every box on the page is going to be. And we lay it out, then we do the geometry, we paint it, composite the layers. And I put next to this kind of the relative costs associated with these things. Layout and paint are usually the big ones. Sometimes it's recalc styles and paint. Pretty much always paint. Match the selector's elements, nothing. Just like I said before. Parsing CSS, nothing. People ask, if you've ever been wondering like which way to write your media queries, like bottom-up style, top-down style, which one, and I've seen people be like, which one would parse faster, or which one is better for the browser? It doesn't matter. Like, it's super fast, either way. It doesn't, like, yeah, it doesn't matter. You can test this with the Chrome DevTools timeline. That's the correct answer. Try it, test it in the Chrome DevTools timeline. See what recalc styles tells you, and it will tell you there's basically no difference. All right. So this is that pattern, just more. I kind of zoomed out as much as I could and tried to get the full view of this. This is actually, this frame is 3 seconds on desktop. Oh my God. I'm going to show this. This is crazy. Shit cray. All right, hold on. Incognito. Wait. We want this one. Wikipedia, yeah, Wikipedia. All right. I'll bring this guy back to the bottom. Oh, just hit me. All right, cool. Timeline.